I'm talking to Jay David, and he's the drummer for Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
I was Brenda Lee's drummer before Dr. Hook. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Yeah. So I was her
Now,
drummer.
did you play on that?
But what they did was they used Buddy Harmon, I think, played drums on that. And that was before my time. But I played on Coming On Strong for her. And but what's interesting about Nashville is they flew me down. An agent heard me in New York City at a club called the Wagon Wheel, which has a very large position in my life, just because it was a mafia club, and it was right 3 doors down from, where was it? West 45th Street in New York City, in Times Square. And so
lovely neighborhood.
Oh man. We used to play a half hour on and a half hour off from 9 p.m. until 4 in the morning, you know? So I was just out of the Navy. And so cool. So Hank Adams, who's now deceased, my best friend in the band, great horn player, great tenor player. We would go out, we'd play our half hour, go out on the street, because the action on West 45th Street was intense. You never knew who you were going to see. So we'd go to the luncheonette next door, get a cup of coffee, a container of coffee, and just stand out there and smoke and drink our coffee, because we had a half hour to kill. And so one Sunday night, it was very quiet on the street, and all of a sudden I could hear this squealing, and it was about 50 or 75 teenage girls that ran right past us. And I said, "What the hell is that?" He said, "I don't know." And they ran to the Peppermint Lounge, which was 4 doors down from us.
Right.
And so they're all waiting very quietly. There's a bank of photographers that's set up their stuff. And Hank and I are looking at each other like, what's going on, man? Somebody get busted? What's that? And all of a sudden, a limo pulls up, and out jumps the 4 Beatles.
Wow.
And the girls went crazy. The photographers are snapping their shots, and the Beatles run inside into the Peppermint Lounge, because they opened up for Joey D, who had the Peppermint Twist, he was the house band of the Peppermint Lounge. So they were always apparently always wanted to see the Peppermint Lounge. So they ran in there, and at that time, Hank and I were looking down our noses at him. Yeah, she loves you. Yeah. I get the hell out of here, bunch of jerks.
Typical band stuff. I feel I've done it too. Don't we all?
I want to hold your hand. Shut the hell up. Yeah. So
I always, when I sing that song, you should try my method. I always sing, "I want to hold your gland."
Yes, absolutely. Sure.
People are singing along, and it just causes cognitive dissonance when they're singing.
Yeah. Oh, I love doing stuff like that. When I was in a bar, one of my favorite things was they'd have a Time's on My Side, the Stone song, and it was "Time is on my side," and I'd sing a quarter tone sharp, sitting at the bar. Everybody's going time, and I'm going time. Yes, it is. And people, so come running back to me. Then I go flat, and people don't know. They just know something just messed up.
Yeah, something's drastically wrong. I love it.
There was a show band I played with between Brenda Lee and Dr. Hook called the Knockouts out of in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and we'd play in Puerto Rico, and we'd play in the chain of Americana hotels in Nassau and stuff. Tuxedos and all that.
Right. And, there was
tuxedos and speed, but other than that, it was. And we did a song called "Bum Bum, Come On Baby, Let the Good Time Roll." Bum Bum, Come On Baby, Let Me Thrill Your Soul. Better. And we go to the 4 chord. Better. Come on Baby, Let the Good Time Roll. And then go back to the 6. Oh, a roll all night long. So I said to the band, hey, look, when we go to the bridge, I want you to go to the 4.5 chord and go up. So if it was in C, instead of going to F, I had to go up to F sharp. So it's this went on for a year because the guys could never catch it. It went down,
Oh man,
come on, baby, let the good times roll, boom, boom. Come on, baby, let me through, dun 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 dun. Dun. Come on, baby, then we'd be down on one again. And they turn around and they say something was wrong. What? I love doing stuff like that. Yeah.
You know what? It's a good thing we never partied back in the day because we would be dead by now. You're a singing drummer, which is dangerous than anything. And I do that too. You know, it's a very weird gig. Levon, of course, is, you know, Don Henley, all those guys. And then I'm just learning that you actually sing, which is cool to me because I'm kind of it's like having I have two left feet kind of. You know, if you're a drummer and you sing, everybody's like, what? Because you know, the jokes, they say, well, the singer never carries anything in. I'm like, well, that ain't happening to me. Nobody's hustling my kid in, checking my microphones, you know. But
I love it. It just comes natural to me. I don't even know, you know. And if it's a sticking problem, I solve it as it's going on. You know what I mean? I don't.
Right.
Well, I've been doing it a lot of time, you know. So
that makes me wonder. When did you start? I know you were quite fluent in the marching band.
Oh yeah, I was. Well, let's see. I joined. New York Skyliners. And the Skyliners was a senior corps that 56 horns,
wow,
six-man drum line, 3 snares, 3 tenors, and color guard. Oh, it's fantastic. Look up the New York Skyliners on YouTube and you'll hear.
Okay.
And there's a picture of me up there playing in Carnegie Hall with the Skyliners. You got to, you know,
great.
It's just wonderful. And we would tour, and you know, you're competing for money, and
sure,
made a lot of money, you know, and so
good,
yeah. But I started in drum corps when I was a teenager. No, younger than that. I joined St. Vincent. I was born in Bayonne, and the national champion junior corps, which means from around 11 till 20. You age out. Call it on your 21st birthday. And then if you want to keep playing, then you go to a senior corps. So I joined
sort of like an early menudo.
Early menudo.
Early menudo. You had to age out, you know.
Pablo, sorry.
Right, you're out of here. Pablo's only 12. Oh, he's got a mustache. Got to go.
Over with. You're too old. 16. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I just had a bad visual of that.
Oh, Lord. So anyway, I joined the drum corps, and they gave me a bugle, soprano bugle, and they said, "Now we know you don't know how to play, but go just see if you can make some noise with this thing." So I took the bugle home with me, and I tried playing through it, and it was so hard, it hurt like hell. And so I decided to let it go. Never brought their bugle back. And after about 6 weeks, they sent one of the kids over to get his bugle, get the drum corps bugle. And so he comes over, and I give him the bugle, and he opens the case. He says, "Where's the mouthpiece?"
Oh no! You were trying with no mouthpiece?
Yeah, that's how.
Oh my God!
No wonder.
Oh man, I was thinking it hurts just with a mouthpiece, but goddamn on that. Oh, no mercy!
Not comfortable.
Oh man, yeah. I love it. I love it.
I could have been a trumpet player, but who knew? You know. So anyway,
like his new meaning. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't fake that.
I know. So tell me, like, are you bored to death now? Do you miss like the gig and the excitement? I know being sober, it's a lot different. For me, it is.
Yeah.
I don't really go out. I'll go out and play, but if there's not a reason for me to be anywhere, I'm not going to be there, and I'm not going to hang out. It's a weird kind of a thing. I mean, I haven't been out to a club since I got out of the hospital. I have no real desire to either.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm a homebody. As it turns out, I'm a homebody. I don't mind staying home at all. And for my passion is music. So I have a couple of keyboards here, and I have a small studio, and I do demos. And so, and I'll do all harmonies to something, and I'll just make something up, which is what we do anyway. So
sure.
If I'm pleased, and that's how the cover of AARP got born. And
that's so great.
Yeah. So and then friends for life, and
sure.
No, I'm loving this. I'm loving this because I'm 78 years old, man, and so I'm not going back to a Holiday Inn for love or money.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's right. Well, let me ask you this: is there any new music you like to listen to? Is there anything out there that you hear just scrolling through that you go, "Oh, that's pretty good"? Any artists per se, or
any artists? I'll tell you what I watch and listen to is MSNBC.
Okay.
Other than that, I won't get into any politics, but that should tell you everything you need to know.
Sure. Well, no, that's okay. Politics is not my game. I'm just a rock and roll drummer, man.
I understand.
So Julie's in Tampa. Where in LA? I'm sorry. Where do you live in LA? Roughly?
West LA. West LA.
Nice.
Southwest LA. And
cool.
Well, it was Jewish in the 1920s, and then it went to African American in the 1950s and late 40s. And what's happening now is everybody that's on the all the way over on the west side, like Santa Monica and Culver City, etc. All of those homes now are in such demand that you could pitch a pup tent and you'd get $1.2 million for it. So
right.
So a lot of people are getting priced out, and so they're coming east to where I am, and so our house I paid $280,000 for, and it just got appraised at $726.
Congratulations!
And, that's great.
Well, I'm looking.
You bought it the right time.
Yeah. Well, my wife is the smart one. I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer.
I love it.
Smart.
I don't know. Yeah. You guys are pretty smart. I know Neil's brilliant. So
I've got. If it wasn't for the women in my life would be completely screwed. I have to say it. I'm going to be like Muammar Gaddafi when I become Clive Davis's ghost. I'm going to have a cadre of Libyan bodyguards, female. All of them can kick your ass. Yeah. Julie, can you put a note on that and get it done, babe? There you go.
You got it.
Yeah, man. I love it.
I will start recruiting for you. Female bodyguards.
Oh, there you go. You have your harem of big muscly guys with,
No. Been there, done that.
I'm sorry, I'm just doing sign language. It's American Sign Language.
Been there, done that.
No, I've never had Oh, God. I was getting out of hand here. But, I've not been in trouble yet for just making hand symbols, so I'm going to have to work on it. Maybe a good bit is to learn some American Sign Language while I'm talking, say something completely different. I'd probably get arrested for trying to confuse the deaf.
My first wife, her parents were deaf, and so she grew up signing rather than speaking. And she wound up. Do you folks remember who Coco the gorilla was?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact,
She's one of those researchers who
I play with another band another band I know. Their lead singer volunteers at the ape and gorilla. Rescue in Florida here. Okay. She's a singer for another band, and all of the famous monkeys like Bubbles, Michael Jackson's, they're all there. Okay. So I didn't mean to, I wanted to connect her story. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. Marion is her name, and we're still friends, and we're married for 20 years. And she became one of the. She became part of a 3-woman team that worked with Coco.
Wow.
Down at Stanford University. So, and they asked her if she would work with Michael. Michael was the another lowland gorilla that they got to hopefully mate with Coco, and it never worked out. But she was teaching Michael to sign too. So I would get down there. I'd get down there, and I mean, Coco took a look at me, and she was in a cage, but it wasn't a regular cage. It was a mobile home actually with some bars on a window, and so she held out her paw to me. She held it out to me, and I held hands with her, and then she started signing, and I signed, "I love you." Which, so she signed, "I love you." And she kept signing, "I love you," and I kept signing, "I love you." And then she turned to Penny Patterson, who runs it, the Gorilla Foundation, and she's signing to Penny, and Marion is standing next to Penny, and they're laughing. I said, "What you all laughing at?" She said, "Well," she says, "he's cute, but he doesn't know much, does he?" And that's what she signed to.
I love it.
Signed to them. That was so wonderful. And then I got to meet Michael. And Michael immediately picked up on the vibe between my wife and myself and drew up and started doing that thing that always scared people, to pound his chest. Fuck yeah, that was enough for me. I'm out later.
Oh yeah, I'm out of here.
She's my woman now.
Yeah, she belongs to me. You want to say anything to me about that? Yeah, no. Oh yeah. So I know what that's like. That feeling of time immemorial, man. When a gorilla gets ready, actually, when a gorilla is really mad at you, they start to bark. That's what you got to get.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling at that point, that's where I just piss myself and then start running really fast.